We've heard about the challenges facing us in the future and how these challenges can be met by going back to a way of living that is in harmony and balance with nature. A lot of people have always felt that the way to do that is to run away from the cities and look to the mountains or run to the deserts. They think that that's the way to get back to nature, get back to living in balance and harmony with nature. But I'm going to share a little bit about myself as an example. Though I am Native American, I am second generation urban Indian. My parents already lived in town when I was born. Then, when I was 13 years old, we moved to the big city, the biggest city here in this state. So, when the calling came for me to pick up my work as a shaman, because I was initiated into that work when I was 5 years old, now that was back when I lived in the village. Now, some would think that I could never get to be that shaman because now I was living in the wrong place. I didn't live on or near the reservation, close to the influences of the elders. Now I was under the influences of the wrong headed culture, and I would not find my way. But I did it in spite of where I lived. It was a challenge. It is a challenge to connect with spirits when you live in the city. But just outside of town, I found a beautiful spring that connected me with the water spirits. And on the other end of town, there are three extinct volcanoes, and there I was able to connect with the fire spirits. I was able to connect with the rest of the spirits that I would need to connect with if I wanted to fulfill my destiny as a shaman. I connected with the same helpers I would have gotten had I still lived on the reservation, by the mountains, or in the desert. I share this story because I want to emphasize that it's not necessary to live away from society. It's not necessary to get away from this dominant culture to find a spiritual life. If you have the intuitive desire to find your spiritual way, if you have guidance either from your ancestors or from elders that are willing to talk to you, it's possible to become spiritually aware in the city. It is possible to become a whole person, a balanced, spiritually centered individual, no matter where you live. If you listen to the calling within your heart, and you have the willingness and necessary determination, and maybe just a little bit of help with somebody who points you in the right direction. Now, this is key. So, really, the challenge is not so much for elders to bring people to the mountains and to the deserts to instruct them in the spiritual ways. The challenge is for those of us who have found our way to show these people in the cities how they can find their connection to the greater aspect of life, the spiritual world. Yes, it's a little trickier to find it there because of the noise and the distractions, but it's still there. Mother Earth is under their feet, Father Sky is over their heads, the water spirits are there, the air is there, but they need to be reminded of this and to develop a reverence for these things. I have a garden here in the city. I have corn, I have squash, I have chili, I have tomatoes. Yes, right here in the city. And I have a spiritual life. Every day I go into my quiet space, morning and evening, to say morning and evening prayers. It is possible to become connected and stay connected. It is possible to become whole anywhere you are. If you have a little bit of guidance, if you have a little bit of that spirit within you. I want to share a chant with you that is part of my evening prayers. It goes like this. Oh, my Lord, I sing to praise you. Oh, my Lord, I listen to hear you. Oh, my Lord, I eat to taste you. Oh, my Lord, I touch to feel you. Oh, my Lord, I look to see you. Oh, my Lord, I think to know you. Oh, my Lord, my love, my light, my all. I share this chant because I want to emphasize that we can use our senses to direct us to a higher place. We can gain respect for the things we eat, respect for the air we breathe, all of these things, just remembering that they are from Great Spirit. And if you listen this way, no matter what sound you hear, if you're listening to hear, you will hear the Great Spirit. It might sound like a motorcycle or a bus going by, but it's Great Spirit because Great Spirit is in everything. And if you look to see the Creator, no matter where you're looking, that's the Great Spirit. I give these talks because I don't want to see people neglected because they live in the wrong place. They're not in the wrong place. We only have to remind them that they are in the right place and to show them how they are. Thank you, and may we all be blessed. I'll see you in my prayers.